Jason, they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jackson now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone.
Here we go.
He crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
36. Ozzy, sit up.
Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. That catch good for only a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, we talked pregame about how we might have some twists and turns in this one, but how about this on the opening drive?
Well, they had a pretty good drive working, didn't they? So you wouldn't expect this ending, because what you were thinking was they were going to put it in the end zone themselves, not have it go the other direction.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for two. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Shotgun now from Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Murray off play action. He's going to look deep for more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Second and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 2nd down.
Onward. I'm going to run you. Yeah. I'm going to run you over. Ship.
Throwing is Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey.
Here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Returning it is Moore. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey.
Here's Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Ready, shot! Ready! Ready, shot! Middle! Check! All right!
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Check, crunch, jumper.
They'll try and throw for it. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You've got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Go on, hurt. Big ass open, big ass open. Two, what?
Murray going to fire one out wide. And some space here. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
With wide receiver screens, the timing has to be good, and it was on this play. How about the blocking he received right after the catch?
Yeah, that was great. That opened the hole for that big gain. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Now Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs. But in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Take four, take four.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
And 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
To throw is Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. Still fighting. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Jackson on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Sit up! 180! Sit up!
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Sit up!
Now it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
25's the mic. We're going 20.
Sit up!
Play action. It's Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Every day, any day.
Hey, Ozzie! Sit up!
And Jackson throwing once more. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have broken the tie. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Hooked up by Brandon Stevens. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They go play action now. Jackson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, He's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Jackson now. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards will take over here at their own 14-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Murray. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Off the edge, this sack by Matt Ioannidis. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Watch the curl. Watch it. Check 25.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Holding the 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
On third down, Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with them down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Travarius Ward. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Good footwork at the 30, and he's going to get this inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
We're ready.
We got 25 to make. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. A run there on first down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Well, a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Travarius Ward. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Thompson picks it. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
Hey, check back 33. Check back 33. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Murray now. Right side, and he's got more complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Murray. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
And now here's a carry heading left. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 17. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped him to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading. Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
Well, he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and sending them back on the side.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. Tackles.
Throwing is Jackson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. He's going deep for Brown. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
Real quick.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win